welcome back to Coteries of New York. Here's hoping this goes well, because during one of my test recordings, I do those now because OBS screwed up 3 straight videos. It was giving me the error again, where everything's just compressed into the upper left corner. Awesome. Well, anyway, let's see what happens when we rest tonight. Knock, knock. You'd ask who's there, but you don't know if the sheriff from New York City would play along. I don't know, he might. Or he might just smack the door down. When you open the door, you see him toying with the car keys he's holding in his hand. Ready to go, fledgling? You don't feel you are, but you give him a nod nevertheless. Excellent. Stick close. He leads you down to the vehicle he's parked nearby. Once again, he takes the wheel, literally and figuratively. Everything's inside just the way you remember it. Typo! Down to the rearview mirror, reflecting an intense stare of your guide. Shouldn't that be the intense stare? I don't know, there was a lot of issues with that, was that paragraph? However, the trip itself feels notably different. The last time Kadir was driving you around, he was forcibly dragging you away from your old life. This time, he's pulling you back into it. All the things you wanted to say to Jessica keep running through your head. Let me tell you how it's going to go. As I said, I've arranged a meeting between you and your kin. It's going to take place somewhere you should know very well. I'll watch over you two from a safe distance to make sure you adhere to the rules. You should know those very well, but I'll reiterate just so you can't ever say I didn't warn you. Don't do anything that would violate the Masquerade. Don't establish some secret routes of contact. I will know. You treat it as the last time you two meet. Take this chance to wrap everything up. Sorry, I gotta clear my throat. Here's your story. You're fine. Found yourself on the crossroads. Decided to radically change your life and move out of the city. The subway is unbearable. The rent is too high. They've heard it all. You're ready to leave New York for good when you've heard those absurd rumors about you taking your own life. So you've decided to set the record straight. He gives you a knowing look. And close the curtains on your relationship once and for all on your terms. The car makes a sudden turn. I leave the finer details to you. Just be so kind and don't make me regret it. You can sense he's going out of his way for you, but doesn't try to force you into gratitude by stating it plainly. If you know, you know. He'll see if you were worthy of his aid. We're here. You take a quick look around to recognize your destination. He was right. It is a familiar place. It's that club, the one you met your future sire in when you were trying to forget about Jess. This is where they've last seen poor LawfulStupid. Who knows whatever might have happened to him. One Jessica Lowell is trying to find out. I don't know if that's supposed to be, if that was supposed to be narration or not. Okay, I think this was Kadir talking. I can't tell anymore. I hope they repatch it and fix all the shit they broke. She's got a tip from an anonymous source saying that you might appear here tonight. Wouldn't want to disappoint the lady, would you? She's apparently quite distraught. He turns off the engine and relaxes comfortably in his seat. You silently leave the car and head straight for the club. The last time you were headed this way, you still had a pulse. Feels almost nostalgic. There's a party getting started and some rookie DJ is trying to read the crowd. You begin to look for Jess. You wonder what should be the first thing you'll say to her. Why did you let me die? Yeah, let's go for the smartass answer. Yeah, that should work. The music's pulsing, there are good vibes in the air. You spot a girl hurrying to a bathroom with a nosebleed. The smell is faint, but it gets you in the mood to have some fun. However, Kadir indicated he's got a pair of eyes around here somewhere. Better stick to the plan. A stupid idea pops in your head. If you met her and she said, "I want to be with you again," what would you do? The obvious one. Duh. What's done is done. Best not to dwell on it. By now, it feels like you've explored all the places Jess could have been in. It's getting frustrating. You grab the cheapest drink they have from the bar. A tall blonde in a stylish skirt smiles at you from behind heart-shaped glasses. You smile back, but there's no time for the heart to guide the hand. You walk past her, back to your duty. Yes, I did just snicker at that. You mimic taking a sip of your drink. God, you could have been having so much fun tonight. You could accidentally stumble into Jessica when you least expect it. She looks at you as if she's seen a ghost. You freeze up, trying to come up with something to say, and failing. The last few years of your life flash before your eyes. Wait, what was that line you decided to open the conversation with? Before you remember, a powerful slap takes you out of your stupor. You stupid motherfucker! Guess she gets the first line. You realize you've spilled your drink over your clothes. I've been so worried. I've been so fucking worried. Called everybody I knew to look for you. You're just having fun clubbing. You thought it would be funny to drop all contact with everyone? Pretend something happened to you? What? You wanted to see my reaction? She slaps you once again. You let some sort of disassociation set in and just watch the situation as it unfolds. I'll let everybody know you're okay, but don't you ever show yourself in front of me again. She turns her back on you and disappears in the crowd, walking towards the exit. Sorry for the pause, had another dog freak out, because we can't go 20 minutes without one. Or 10. Or 8, according to the clock. Moving on. You look around, you notice the heart-shaped girl... God damn it. You notice the heart-shaped glasses girl chuckling in the distance. You're no longer in a mood to party. Guess you'll follow Jessica's lead and leave. Better not to keep the sheriff waiting. Well, at the very least, you can say this. She still cares. That's nice. And we got an achievement for that. Would you be surprised if I said that's not the first time I've gotten an achievement for having the shit slapped out of me? Back again! This is gonna be a long night. Back to Kadir's car. Once you close the door, he instantly puts his foot on the gas pedal. Walking off the pitch with no regrets. Said everything you had to say. You speak up without thinking. Yeah, she said she'll call off the surge. Getting her to accept it's over took some harsh words, but deep down, I think she knew it's time to say farewell once and for all. She's a little shaken up, but she'll live. You spot a playful spark in Kadir's eye. You took care of it like a man, did you? Very good. People we knew in life have this tendency to briefly reappear in our own lives. One night, let's say 20 years from now, she might spot you on the street. You won't have aged a day from now, and even though she'll tell herself that can't be you, she'll be jealous. And if you'll look happy, you'll feel regret over what could have been. So for the sake of the night your paths cross again, I hope you'll search for your own happiness. The car speeds up to cross an intersection before the light turns red. You give Kadir a good, hard look. Why are you not mean to me? Thanks. It doesn't feel like a, how should you call it, very vampire thing to say, but you say it nevertheless. He's visibly taken aback, with his usually furrowed brow smoothing out for a moment. Then, he takes on a serious, slightly sorrowful expression. Don't suck up to me, kid. Mr. Bad Guy is still here, and without a doubt he will go back to decapitating suckers like you any time now. The car starts slowing down. We're here. You look out the window and see your haven. Hey, I got something in my throat and I just can't get it. Take care. I'll see you around. Just pray I don't have to see you too often. You leave the car and start walking to your haven, thinking about Kadir. Can't say you're fond of him. what with the welcome he gave you and all, but after tonight, you can't say you aren't either. You're gonna need some more time to understand him, that's for sure. So I guess we leveled up our Kadir social link, and look who's back! Nosy Reporter Part 2. You're taking care of Frank Doherty, but apparently there's someone still sticking out Sophie's apartment. He's not that stupid, is he? He's probably that stupid, yeah. The weather is cold and windy as you walk to Sophie's apartment. As a vampire, that doesn't matter anymore. You may have been saddled with eternal hunger, but at least you can ignore the wind chill. One of the benefits of not producing your own body heat or needing it. Just as you come to the door of Sophie's building, she storms out, murmuring into her phone. Yes, I know, don't worry, I trust you to handle it. You've heard Sophie talk to her associates before. It's always the same, generalities and vague suggestions. It makes you think she's involved in mysterious machinations, yet doesn't tell you anything. Sophie is dressed to kill, but there's nothing unusual in that. She likes to make an impression. A black car with tinted windows is waiting for her in front of the door. A chauffeur steps out to open the car door for her. Damn it, I was so close to doing that perfect in one go! Sophie notices you. I'm glad you're in the neighborhood. If you could look around for me one more time, that would be wonderful. Told me you'd gotten rid of that reporter. Turns out he's still here, snooping around. Sophie is very good at communicating disappointment. She doesn't have to do much She doesn't have to do much to make it clear that she's unhappy to have to return to this issue. I'll take care of it. After tonight, he won't trouble you anymore. Good. Don't disappoint me. The reporter talked his way into the building during the day. Once the doorman understood what was happening, he threw the reporter out. He showed the old pictures of me to my neighbors. It's very awkward, you understand. Sophie disappears under the car, and the chauffeur closes the door behind her. You watch as the sleek vehicle disappears into the Manhattan traffic, just one anonymous car among many. Best sit down somewhere and devise a plan of action. You go to a nearby diner, settle into a booth, and order a coffee from the steely-eyed Latino waitress. As she brings you your cup... Yeah, I did read that right. You describe Frank Doherty to her on the off chance she's seen something. Just as she's about to answer, you happen to look outside. Something catches your eye. The diner is brightly lit, so you lean closer to the window to see the street through it. You got lucky. Frank is standing on the sidewalk on the other side of the street, looking at something on his phone. You slide out of the booth, throwing a few small bills on the table, mumbling something to the waitress. You step outside. Again, we don't have auspex. I don't know why these keep coming up. Okay, this time I'm gonna stop using the ones that we don't have. It honestly is bugging me. It was funny at first, now it's just kind of annoying. So let's do what I would do if we didn't have that sitting there. For a reporter, Frank isn't terribly observant. You keep your distance, hiding behind some people and cars, but he doesn't look around. It seems like he wants to find a private nook to inspect the photos he took. Creepy. An alley. He ducks in, and you follow. Oh god, it's you again. Please, I'm working on a different story, I swear. Frank retreats deeper into the alley. In that case, you won't mind a little friendly chat. I'm all about being friendly. Okay, I'm sorry I tried to bullshit you. Just tell me how I can help you. How come you're here? I thought we agreed there's no story. Usually when someone says there's no story, that means there is a story. I just couldn't let it go. Look, I don't want any trouble. I can see it's serious. There is something to Sophie Langley. I think you know what it is. You take a long, hard look at Frank Doherty. He's a tenacious man, but not brave. After the last time you met, you were sure he'd been dealt with. Where did he find the courage to come here again? I like you, Frank. You don't give up. What's your real angle here? Everybody plays an angle. One of the things you learn in my profession. Be smart. You know there'll be others after me. If there's a real story, they will come and find it. Your best shot is with a friendly reporter, someone you can trust, someone like me. So what do you say? Get ahead of the story? It'll be good for you and Ms. Langley too. You almost believe it, but something about Frank feels off. This one we do have. You don't say anything at first. It's easy to dismiss Frank as a joke, a has-been. Yet there's something beneath his talk. Another story. A moment of silence is all you need for your presence to properly register in Frank's mind. He's too weak-willed to resist. Someone's leaning on you, Frank. Come clean. What? No, absolutely not. Frank's voice sounds shrill. You know, oh, you got it right in one guess. Sometimes I just need some extra money, that's all. Where does this extra money come from, Frank? Yeah, I know, I added in the Frank. There's a guy. He's paying me, that's all. But I can't talk about it. I've been wanting to use this one for a while. I know we shouldn't, but we totally should. You use the powers of your blood to grant yourself incredible strength. You punch a wall to intimidate Frank. Your fist crashes into the wall and you feel it crumbling, the splinters and dust falling from the ruined hole. We really shouldn't have done that. Screaming in primal fear, Frank turns and runs. He stumbles in his panic, trying to move faster than his legs allow. You're pretty sure he won't be back, at least not of his own accord. Something in the power you displayed got to him. Feels good to use the power you have as one of the kindred. Still, you wonder whether it was a good idea to demonstrate your capabilities so brazenly. It was very much not! Oh, we're gonna get so fucked for that. But sometimes you just gotta punch a wall in manly rage. We really don't have enough time for another one, but, no, I think we should call it. Next time we'll go bother Agathon again. I keep wanting to call him Acheron, and I have no idea why. Like, what is that? Something from Conan? I don't remember. Anyway, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.